hustle and what it is. Listen. When you listen to the Grant Cardone and Gary Vaynerchuk hustle, they're describing something out there, something that they did, but they can't show you tangible. Here's what it looks like. Because not for every industry can they say, well, here's what you do for this industry. Unless you did one-on-one with these individuals, you would not have a clue what that means. When I say, hire me as your personal coach, I do one-on-one coaching. I say this because I am in the trenches. I am you. You listen to Grant Cardone, you listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, go to, the father, the son, the Irishman. They're not in the trenches. Some of them never will be. Some of them never have been. And some of them maybe. Doubtful. Who knows? I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about what it looks like in 2019 for what that hustle really, truly looks like. Like where you can see with your own eyes what it looks like. And I've been showing this every day on my vlog and on my live stream, but I don't think you guys understand what the hustle really looks like. So coming from a perspective of you, ladies and gentlemen, watching these entrepreneurs on fire, lighten up the stage, lighten up the podcast, multicasting, simulcasting, broadcasting their entire universe on every platform you know, and you get motivated, but you're like, okay, that was a good podcast. I'm fired up. Now what? Well, here's what it looks like. If they were to tell you, what should you do? What should you do right now if you really want to take on hustle? What does that mean? Does it mean go to Zillow.com, hand them your credit card and pray? Maybe put up your photos, set up your profile and wait? Does it mean go to Facebook and fill out your information and give them your credit card and say, here you go. If you're interested in your home, if you're interested in selling, if you're interested in buying and waiting, that's not hustle. Yeah, that's work, but don't confuse work with hustle. Sometimes it's not even work. Just because it might work doesn't mean it's work. I'm here to point out one critical difference between the hustlers by the hashtag and the hustles by their sweat tag. That's a thing. Real hustle, I'm taking it to the next level. Real hustle is door knocking and cold calling. There's only 5 ways to generate outbound prospecting clients, and that is by mail, email, text message, or digital advertising, or messenger. All the internet did was replace dropping letters in a mailbox, so this third one is all of the above. Putting an ad into a internet and waiting for it to roll back around, that's what we're talking about. But is that hustle? No, that is passively waiting. No matter how much money you spend into the machine, you'll never quite know if it's working the minute you begin. Do you think you click buy now and then it's done? Do you think that's what happens? That like as soon as you swipe your card, by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you start at 6 o'clock in the morning, by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to get an email. Let's say it does work. You get an email, you call them, you ask them a question. Are you thinking of buying or selling? No, we're just kicking the tires. Okay. I mean, on the off chance that, yes, they are. On the off chance that you spent thousands of dollars on doing the right thing, and then they passively come in, have you truly hustled? Not in my book. I'm just gotten over the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Strong recommendation. Probably one of my top 2 books ever. Maybe top book ever, because it's a truly inspirational book, period, for us as real estate agents. And as endurance athletes or anyone who wants to change their life, you want to talk about having an opportunity to learn from someone who suffers and hustles. You learn those things from people who do endurance sports, marathons, ultra marathons. Michael Jordan might have been the greatest, but Michael Jordan never ran 150 miles, 205 miles, I think it was one of the numbers. That is mental hustle. Yes, you can go to the gym and be the greatest. Yes, you can be Tiger Woods, you can be Steve Jobs, but when you go into like, how do you see their hustle? See, Michael Jordan really didn't document the hustle. There's no record of like, here's what there's stories and the books, but there's no visual demonstration. You would just hear that he was there. Even LeBron James, you're not there. And even if you see the practice, there's these little highlights and these little snippets of him showing up early. And you say, okay, that's what it looks like. Is that what it looks like? Yeah, get there early. What do? Play basketball. But the real estate hustle is the reason the book Can't Hurt Me works so well with real estate is because it's ultra distances. It's a marathon. Most industries you can sprint. Even with the average agent, you sprint to the computer, you do it as fast as you can, you bang out the email, you bang out the letters, and then you're done. You go to your social event and you're done. But when it comes to truly ultra distance, hyper active, intense, over the top activity, it's ultra marathons. You look it up. A marathon is 26.2 miles. And you really get anal about that because once you run marathons, I've run 7 of them in the last 10 years. Once you run 26.2 miles, you defend that word marathon. Because sometimes people be like, oh, I ran a marathon. You're like, well, how far did you go? They're like 12 miles. I'm like, that's not a marathon. But what I'm getting at is fathom. Go to your map right now and say, here is my house. Pick a distance that you think is far and measure it and realize that's probably 50 miles. Now find 100 miles and wrap your head around running that distance. That's real estate. That's real estate for me in 2019. Where I'm taking this right now after reading that book, if you look at my videos 10 days ago, this jawline was not here. It was more like a round jawline. Now you're seeing a little bit of a jawline. What I'm doing is ultra. I'm not effing around anymore. I got no choices. This market has changed. You just haven't seen it. You've heard of it. What does it look like? We don't know. What does it look like to compete in a market that's changed that you don't know about? That market looks like everybody's got an agent. We don't know where the sellers are coming from. Maybe what you're trying works, maybe what it doesn't. But the 2 things that are still working, passive, mail, email, and outbound lead generation tactics using passive methods such as internet, text, messenger. These Zillow, TrulyARealtor.com. These 3 right here are the equivalent of 30 years ago dropping mailers into someone's box. Mail, email, and Zillow, TrulyARealtor.com. Not saying they don't work. I'm just saying you have to wait. These are the 2 final frontiers: cold calling and door knocking. So which one of these are you going to do? I'm doing both of them. That's what ultra looks like. So every day I'm going out right now. Once I hang up this call, once I hang up this live session, I'm going out and I'm going to go deliver my propaganda to 100 doors. No, 150. Yesterday and the day before was the first time. Not only was I motivated to do this, but I took it to the next level. I started jogging. Yeah, I've got my Cole Haan Nike shoes. They're dress shoes with dress socks, but without blisters. I've got one of my toes totally taped because it's got a blister. Ultra. TMI, I don't care. Are you willing to jog between doors to get listings? You see, the listing that I'm parked in front of right now that's closing Monday, I got it by door knocking. They were in that garage. I said, my name is Agent with Company. I was just wondering if everything is selling house. And he said, yes, we are. I said, great. I'd like to take a look. I went inside and 3 hours later, I was signing a contract. What does that do for your motivation? What does that do for your inspiration? What does that do for your potential? It tells me it's possible. I've done it 3 times last year. And it was maybe 10,000 doors that I knocked. What if I jogged to 20,000 doors? I get 10 of them in this market. Not last market, this market, because sellers are going to start entering the marketplace. Listings are going to increase. Market time is going to increase. My inventory is going to increase. And there's going to be homeowners who are thinking about it, and I'm going to show up at the door. I'm not going to be sweaty. I'm probably only going to run because it's like 51 degrees outside. Trust me, I don't know. It's crazy to think, but I might continue doing this. I continue to lose the weight. I'll be enough and stealth enough and young enough and strong enough. I'm 46, but I've got a good back and I got a good mind and I got so much hustle. So take that hashtag and shove it up your ass. Do not use it unless it is sacrilegious to use that hashtag. Do not put in the word work. You're not working. You're just punching the clock and going through the motions. Your competition is trying harder. The new agents, they're hearing me. The new agents are young and hungry, and they're looking at Grant Cardone, and they're looking at Gary Vee, and they're understanding the psychology of what hustle might look like. And although there's 99,000 that just don't quite get it, they're like, oh, I wish. There's that 1% who says, yes, I can. And they're going to come into the industry going, which industry can I do it? And you see these young guns all over every marketplace. You're seeing these young guns. What do you think they're doing? They're getting creative with their media, and they're getting creative with their energy. Do you have the energy? Can you beat the competition? Mind over matter, people. True hustle is mind over matter. True hustle is not burning the midnight oil and getting up at 6 a.m. to whatever. You could, but that's keyboard stuff. That's admin. You are not, I'm not talking about admin hustle. Absolutely, that stuff is imperative. I always say, prepare, prospect, present. Those are the three pillars. Either in preparation with CMAs or slam packages or inspections or whatever. You're in preparation, or you're prospecting, or you're presenting. Presenting offers, showing homes. Prepare, prospect, present. Those are the only three things you should be doing. And in that preparation, you got admin. Do that from the hours of 8 p.m. to 9 a.m. Otherwise, if it is showtime, which it is for me, I'm running. I'm running to the doors. I'm running like the market's going down. I'm running like the market's going up. I'm running like our days are numbered. If you knew right now you only had 1 year left to your license, that you only had 1 year left to your potential, what would you do? Would you quit right now? Because you know that you wouldn't be able to get listings. Some of them are incubation periods, some of the past client sphere of influence, whatever. You've exhausted those sources. What would you do right now if you knew you only had 1 year left in the business? I would run. I can't walk anymore. I've now taken and streamlined all of my door knocking propaganda to fit in my pocket so I can run. And who knows, the cops will probably show up and be like, hold your hands up, because they're not expecting somebody to be jogging in between houses dressed in black. But I'm hustling. True hustle. I'm not saying it's for everybody. I'm saying it's for anybody. What I am saying, though, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you are strong and healthy, if you can do this, then you should do it. If you can't do it, then you should be on the phones. And if you can't be on the phone, I don't know why you couldn't be on the phone. I can teach you how to hustle. I can show you. I show you every day how to hustle. Let's go get to work. Please don't ignore my warnings about the market and its changes. It's here. I'm not talking about the end of the market and the catastrophic demise of all things real estate. I'm talking about you not getting any business. That's the end of the market. I don't care what happens in the market. I've been through the market. I've been through 2007 to 2013. That was the worst time in my life, but I survived. I was in the industry. I never left. Could you survive? And the survival wasn't not getting listings. I just had to adapt to the short sales and foreclosures. Did you adapt? Could you adapt? It's now. Now is the adaptation. Right now, this is the impact event that you should be watching right now. It doesn't happen in a moment's notice, and it doesn't happen in a blink of an eye. When Lehman went down, I was on vacation on my $150,000 jet ski boat, towed by my $150,000 RV on a gorgeous vacation on the river. I had a investor client who said, hey man, you know what's going on here? I'm like, what's going on? He goes, Lehman. I said, who's Lehman? Oh, whatever, it's not gonna hurt me. I think it was 2008 that happened, 2007 or 8. Living the fat life. My wife had to follow in the 7 Series. Just fat, man, $500,000 house. Everything, and I had it in the palm of my hands. And then the market took a dump, and I didn't see it. I saw it about 2006 when I noticed people didn't have equity, but I didn't feel it until about 09, 10, 11. Immediately I adapted. Right soon after that vacation, I immediately adapted into short sales and foreclosures. I hustled a few REOs, got a few REO accounts, became an REO king. Never want to do that again. If I have to, I will. Became a short sale king. Never want to do that again, but if I have to, I will. If you guys are running into short sales right now, which some of you might, I've got a short sale course, find it. But what I'm getting at is I adapted. I'm adapting now. I'm not being caught off guard this time, because again, 08 is when it happened. I didn't feel it. 2012 was when it really, 2012 was when all my toys were gone and I was robbing Peter to pay Paul, and everything was voluntarily, here you go. What do I pay to get out of this thing? Here you go. What do I pay to get? And just liquidating my life. unloading all of my assets just to feed the family, just to keep a roof over my head. It sucked. And I've been recovering ever since. And then I threw, 4 years later, I started over again. 3 years ago. 3 years ago this March, I moved to a whole new territory where everybody knew who I was. And now people are starting to get to know me here because I've got, I'm starting to get that business. Not getting the business, but getting the recognition, which will yield the business. But what I'm getting at is, don't ignore my warnings to you. Don't misinterpret hustle. It looks very different than what the Father, the Son, the Irishman, the old man, the Fast and the Furious, whatever gurus out there telling you what you got to be doing. Whatever you think it is, it's 10x. Whatever you think it is crushing. What does 10x and crushing look like? It looks like a 45, 46-year-old man running door to door, so exhausted, with blisters on his toes, tears in his eyes, a lump in his throat, losing weight because of like the intensity of the whole situation and the snake juice diet. Anyhow, but the intensity of the whole thing, where it's just like my eyes are wide open and thinking, oh man, that's what it looks like. And as soon as I'm done with that running, I cannot run anymore. And I come in here in my car and I do a little bit of yoga just to get my back straight, because I'm running and twisting and jumping and I have a good back, but oh man, sometimes carrying that stuff weighs me down. Come take a drink of water. This is an ultra. I'm running. Like, I'm setting my watch and saying, I'm going for a run. Like, I'm going for probably a 5-mile run right now. That's insane. I'm going running to the door. Once I'm done running and once I'm done exhausted, I'm going to have a banana. I've prepared. I've got running underwear and I've got running dress shoes and I've got a banana here and water. Like as if I'm going into an ultra distance race. I'm going to be listening to my David Goggins book again, just encouraging myself, inspiring myself with some Tony Robbins, some Grant Cardone, some Gary Vaynerchuk, inspiring myself to work my ass off, because I know where it's headed and I know what it takes. And I know right now, 2019, above and beyond anything, if you were going to do one-on-one coaching, if you were going to invest in any product, it's got to be mine. Like, whatever you got with anyone else, put it on hold, cancel the card, cancel the subscription, because nothing else right now is really working to the level of your work ethic, to your work potential. If it works a little bit, then keep your money going there. But if you want to work harder, if you want to get more listings, if you want this to be epic, if you want Christmas to be good, if you want to give this year the hoorah that it deserves, that you said, this is my time, who knows where it's going to be. We said this last year, we said this the year before, but this year it kind of looks more like it. 10-year cycle, come on now. Get with the program. Take my ultra prospecting challenge. Join me. Starts when you're ready. jamesfestini.com/training. You can go into one-on-one. If you go into the one-on-one, I'll fire you up. We do once a week, FaceTime, face-to-face, $1,000. If you need to do payments, I'll work it out. Don't wait. If you're going to hire a coach, it's got to be me. I'm sorry. This is the difference between me and the other guys. They're driving instructors, okay? I don't think you need to have driving lessons right now. I'm a mechanic. I teach you the mechanics. I teach you what's inside the engine, and I teach you how to tune it up yourself. I teach you how to start the engine. The driving instructor doesn't teach you how to turn on the key and press the gas. Neither does the mechanic, but I am teaching you guys to be ultra machines right now. I know some of you are like, oh, I can't handle this guy anymore. It's too much. It's like, okay, it's not. If it's too much, thank God you're my competition. If what I'm doing is too much, thank God you're my competition. Because as you send out that postcard and you send out that notepad and I knock on the door and they say yes, I'm walking in. And guess what? I'm going to take my notes on that notepad. And once I'm done taking the notes, I'm going to rip it off. I'm going to leave your head right there. I'm going to say, let me take this one. I'm going to give them my notepad and say, I got you a better one. And like, ha 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 ha. And I got the contract. It's dog eat dog ethics above all. Ethics. I'm overly ethical to a fault. Trust me. But work equals hustle, hustle, hustle. I'm demonstrating. What does it look like? It looks like James Festini circa 2019. February 7th, February 8th, whenever this is. If you guys follow me on my YouTube channel, you'll see. I don't even think I'll be able to live stream this because I'm running. All you hear is, and then I get to the door. Hi, my name is AJ with the company. I'm gonna have a little towel on my back, just like that. Got a little bit of water. I'm gonna carry my water with me. And while the weather is this way, obviously, if it starts getting over 80 degrees during the day, I don't want to look like a complete nut, but I will if I have to. This is the bad water. This is the ultra marathon, and the gun has started. The gun sounded off the day after Super Bowl. Sure, you could have said New Year's, but I'm going to give you a second chance. The gun started for you right when you hit stop on this video. Go to jamesfestini.com and go for one-on-one and say, that's it, F this. I need to get deep. I need to, I'm done. Most people, what they do is they buy the Ultra and the one-on-one, and it's like the Ultra Marathon Prospecting Challenge in there is 50 hours of video and 100 lessons of everything I know, along with one-on-one. It's like you don't have enough time to do the both, because I'm telling you, it's 9 o'clock. Where are you at? At the end of the day, I'll shoot an email once in a while. I'm like, how'd it go today? Where are you guys? I gotta go, man. I'm jacked up.